Hey, good evening, everybody. How's everybody doing on this Sunday evening, huh? Weather's not that good here. The what the hell? All of a sudden it dumped me off over here on the chat. Okay. Hey, Benham, how you doing? That's okay. Here, I hope you're having a good time. I didn't know if you'd indicated maybe you would, maybe you wouldn't, but I'm just going to come on here for a while and see how it goes. And if anybody wants to join me, they can. Otherwise, it'll be a short night. I know that Laura is been really busy with her game show. She's been doing it, I think, 2 or 3 hours now. That's okay, Paul. That's fine. We'll catch you in the morning if we don't catch you tonight. Understand, you've got to have a life too. I'm currently tracking a couple of ships that I'm watching that are ships of interest to me. I'm going to show them to you. This one here, let me screen share. Okay, this ship here is the Molly M. That's a tug pulling a really old ship, a Huron Cement Company ship that was probably built in the late 30s, early 40s. It's towing it to be scrapped, and it should be here. Oh, it's there. It's only doing 6 knots, and it's way up there yet. So probably sometime after dark. And here is the Ocean Navigator, and it's a cruise ship, luxury cruise ship, smaller one, and it is headed down to Detroit, I would imagine. Let's see, where does it say it's going? It says it's going to Canada, Windsor. Okay, it's headed for Windsor. And it's doing 11.3 knots. So about here is about 2.5, 3 hours from down where I am. Right now, the CSL Niagara is coming down now. And I can't tell whether or not there's a drone in the air over there or it's a bird. Birds, I think. But yeah, so we're on here. If anybody wants to join us, be happy to have you. Covection. Hey, Chuck, how you doing? Robert Glazier, Mr. B, outdoors. How are you doing? Hey, Justin,
So
how you doing?
good, just dinner, all that stuff. I'll be back in a second.
Okay. He
All right, I'm back.
So what's new,
Uh,
Justin? Anything?
Do I?
Did you ever hear anything about, are you going to are you gonna have to work this week or no?
Well, I don't know. I haven't heard nothing yet,
Okay.
but I'm assuming Thursday and Friday we're probably going to be off.
Okay. And there's Chuck.
Is I'm just getting stuff set up. I'm not.
Because with the state of emergency, there's no way DOT's letting anybody work till after the storm. Then we'll probably be
Yeah,
busy.
because it is headed up. It looks like it's gonna go up right along the coast, the west coast of Florida.
Yeah, those European and American models are still conflicting with each other, but any which way it's going to hit us. So no matter which one it takes, the path it takes. And we're going to be on the right side of the storm, which is the worst
The
side. So
heaviest side, yep.
that's
You're
when
gonna be the
winds-
east side of the storm, and that's where the winds come around.
Mhm. It's a lot more intense on that side.
Yeah.
Where you at, Chuck?
I'm in Lake Placid.
Hmm.
So there are snowshoes behind me on the wall. Where is there snowshoe lamp on the wall?
You go up there quite a bit, don't you?
As much as I can. It's cold though.
Yes, it is cold. It's only 58 degrees here. I don't know what it is there, but
It's warm. It's 52 right now. It was 36 yesterday morning.
Yeah, if you guys were able to
And
send us some of
nice.
that cold front, it'd kill that hurricane.
I know. Can't wish. Well, yeah. I'm surprised. I mean, not that this is good, but there haven't been that many named storms this year. It's been kind of slow, hasn't it?
It's
Kind
been really quiet. All of a sudden,
Yeah.
now there's like 3 of them in the Atlantic now.
Yeah, now they're like now it's pumping them out like crazy.
they're lining up.
Well, see, usually the last month and a half is the worst time, but usually you still have some tropical storms, 1 or 2 little hurricanes here and there throughout that season. But yeah, it's been quiet. There's been jack shit, and then all of a sudden this week it's like boom, one after another's coming off of Africa. Because there's another one headed this way they're pretty sure is going to turn into a hurricane. I mean, we don't know which way it's going to go because it's still coming off the coast of Africa, but
Well, it slings them off, and then wherever you just you never know. Lori and I used to go to the Caribbean every single end of August, like 8 years in a row, and we used to follow this site called Storm Carib. Storm Carib.
Chuck, you like to go on cruises, right?
No, we're not cruisers. We're
Paul Hodges got notification that they're almost giving away Caribbean 5 or 7 day cruises for like $300 a person.
really.
Yeah, on
Yeah.
Holland America.
We always would just spend like a week on St. Thomas, and then we had the Jeep. You drive on the other side of the road, but your vehicle's still set up like a US vehicle. But we like just being on the island. We could hop on a ferry for like, I think it was like $20 or something. You hop on a ferry and they take you across over to St. John, or
Yeah,
and it only took like 30 minutes. And we watch the cruise ships come in and stuff and go, and it just looks so hectic. I don't want to deal with that shit. I just want to We set up home base, bought a whole bunch of rum when we got there, and we were good. Just go wander around the island and explore. It was fun. But if you want to see a whole bunch of stuff and figure out what island to set up shop on, then a cruise is the way to do it. You'll see a little bit of everything, get a taste of everything. That's my take on it. Your mileage may vary.
What's up, Marshall, Robert, Mr. Outdoors Misadventures?
Mr. B Outdoors sounds like stuff like Lori and I
He
do.
came on, he was on yesterday. He was on the panel.
Oh, yeah. I know who you're talking about now.
I don't think I've ever looked at. Oh man, I made the biggest mistake. I accidentally allowed Windows 10 to upgrade to 11 here.
Yeah, I got this notification that, oh, Windows 11 is ready. Do you want it? No.
I was like, no, for the
Oh, it's
last
not
year.
that bad.
Well, it's something new to learn. and
I
I'm
can
not-
tell you this. I can tell you this. This little travel laptop, it's already not right. Like I can't switch from speakers to headphones. It starts making like I'm connecting a USB drive when I'm not. It's crap. And I won't do it to the other machines. I must have been drunk or something when I did this. I must be okay. Let it go. That's
I
like the
think
morning.
you can switch back, can't you, Chuck?
Some computers allow you to revert back.
Not without punishment. So probably what I'll do is a factory data reset and just start over.
Yeah, once you do a factory reset, sometimes it'll give you the option. It will ask you. Like my laptop will ask me if I want to go all the way back to Windows 7. Like, hell no. There's no security
dude,
in Windows 7 anymore. I'm not using that.
Yeah. No, I was okay with 10. 10 was really became pretty stable. 10 was never really as good as 7 though. 7 was rock solid, man. But all good things must come to an end. But 11, I wasn't looking to change to 11 just yet. I thought they needed a little more time to sort some stuff out, and clearly they do.
12's coming out pretty soon too.
They said 10 was going to be it forever. They were just going to keep working on 10, but they lied because that's Microsoft.
I mean, at some point, 10's gonna be. You're gonna have to at least go to 11.
Yeah. Or remember, there were security issues where if you had some machines, you couldn't update to Windows 11, and then there were a couple of workarounds to take care of most machines. But yeah, you're right. You have to go to 11 eventually. So you were saying you're going to get the right-hand side of the storm. It's going to come up the west of you guys.
It's coming. It's either going to hit the Panhandle or straight into Tampa. But the models, the European model and the American model, the two most accurate, are conflicting about 150 miles apart of where it's going to hit.
I haven't been paying close attention, but like what day is it supposed to smack you guys?
They said Thursday, most likely Thursday morning, early morning.
So you're still looking at the 5-day cone. The 5-day cone is shit. That means nothing. I mean, yeah, get all your stuff in order, get your house in order, but the 3-day cones, when it starts to get less inaccurate, I'll say less inaccurate.
Well, I mean, at any time the storm can start. Yeah.
Dude, it could, everybody's like, it's going to hit us. It's going to be direct, or it's going to, and then like the last day I go. So, I mean,
like Florida had one year that actually it came into land. I said that this morning. It came into land, hit, and then it went back out into the ocean, hooked back around and said, up round 2. I can smack Florida again.
There have been a couple of storms that have gone roundy round, I'll call it. And I think the one that really destroyed St. Thomas, St. John, and St. Croix, the U.S. Virgin Islands, I think it was it Wrong Way Lenny or something? Guys, it came in the wrong, it like looped around and came back and nailed them. And yeah, there have been ones that have gone like around and come back.
Well, see, and the problem is it's going to go over just the tip of the western tip of Cuba. If it would go directly over Cuba, the mountains of Cuba would help break it up a little bit and slow it down. But it's going right over just the tip of it. So
I gotta look at the map. So it's coming in through the Gulf.
Yeah, it's going to go right onto the western tip of Cuba, and then it's going to hook up. But they're pretty sure about the hook only because of the wind shears that are there. it's almost impossible for it to go the other direction
Hmm.
if you go by the wind shears that are up there.
If you really want to analyze it like a meteorologist, you could look at like the spaghetti models and stuff and try
Well,
to
that's what I'm
figure.
talking about, the European
Yeah.
model and the
Oh, okay, you
American
are talking about
model.
that stuff. Yeah,
Yeah, they're conflicting with each other, but they're the
they
two
always
most
do.
accurate. And they're conflicting
Yeah.
about 150 miles apart of where it's going to make landfall, the eye of it.
There's like there used to be Hurricane FL, I think is the website. I don't know if it's still around. There were like all these websites I used to peruse. It drove Lori nuts because like the week before we were going, I'd be fixated on all these hurricane sites and make sure, do we have to cancel our trip? Do we have to back out? Should we pack? Do we not pack? And she'd just go crazy. She gets so mad. But that was a good one. Florida FL, I think it was, or FL Hurricane or something.
Oh yeah, Robert Glazer said, yeah, that's true. That's what I was talking about. The jet stream has a lot to do with where it's going to go.
Yeah.
And that's where it's pushing. It's pushing from the west, so it's pushing east. If that jet stream wasn't there, it'd probably hit Louisiana and Texas, to be honest with you.
Well, I hope you guys do all right with it. It's
Well, it's
we
supposed
get
to get
6
up to
months
a
of
4
winter
too. Right before it hits landfall, it's supposed to strengthen to a 4.
because it's going to pick up probably a lot of energy in the Gulf. That's
Yeah.
like the Gulf is shallow. It's like rocket fuel.
Well, and the
Really,
water's really warm right now, which is
yeah,
like
it's
perfect conditions.
that's why I metaphorically call it rocket fuel. This stuff is just, high test for a hurricane and it just eats it up. So the less time it spends over that, faster it moves, the better.
So yeah, they're predicting a 2 right when it passes Cuba. It's going to
Yeah.
hit, and then it will go to a 3, a 4, and then when it hits
Gonna get all
landfall,
that
they're
energy.
expecting back down to a 3 or a 2.
Yikes.
Yeah.
What the hell did we deal with? We were fortunate. There was the last time we went to St. Thomas, we rode out it was gonna be a hurricane. It got beat up and turned into a tropical storm. It was like just under 70-mile-per-hour winds. Holy crap. You guys can have a hurricane. I don't want any part of that shit. The tropical storm was enough for me.
Oh, we get those all the time. Those aren't really that bad. I mean, like I said, most of the housing here is built for that.
Yeah. Most of the housing in the Caribbean, even the codes took effect after like the mid 80s when they really got whacked by Maryland and Lenny or whatever, and everything got changed. But there are still houses there that had I'll say, because remember they had pretty good storms a few years ago. The place we stayed in had a wooden roof, which is like not even the code. And yeah, that was scary.
Yeah.
Just
That's
drink
the
lots of
problem.
rum.
Well, that's the problem is a lot of these places like Cuba and different even like Puerto Rico, they just don't have the building codes like we do here.
No.
And people can't afford to build really strong houses in some of those places, even though they're real touristy. As far as when you go on cruises and stuff, you don't see the normal neighborhoods and shit. Like,
well, we saw enough of it on St. Thomas rolling around. Oh, let's pull it up. Yeah.
yeah, see, so it's going to either hit the center of the state right there where the 2 a.m. is, or it's going to hit right up by like Jacksonville, the Panhandle area.
I still think it's too far out to really like panic because actually it's almost, man, it really
They've already panicked, bro. There's nothing in the stores right now. I don't even know if I'll be able to go to work tomorrow or Tuesday because I don't know if any of the gas stations have any damn gas.
Where are they putting it all?
They loaded up for generators.
Everybody's hoarding up gas in their gas tanks and everything else.
They'll come to the gas station, fill all their vehicles up, and then park them in their garage.
For their generators, they'll fill up all kinds. Yeah.
Because
you ever tried to siphon? You can't just siphon fuel out of a vehicle gas tank like the good old days.
No, but there's a good gas
generator and stuff
about a week or so after a storm, so people will load their cars up, get them all filled up and parked, so that they have a full tank.
Even if you have an electric car, good luck charging it.
We'll see how
for days.
Good luck.
For days afterwards, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we were out of power for a week, but when those hurricanes hit in 2005, there was people out of power for a month and a half.
Yeah, it can really, I mean, like Florida Power and Light, they won't have nobody has the stuff. They used to keep all kinds of stuff on hand, like transformers and stuff.
Well, transformers are on like a 5-year back order for any electrical company around the world.
It's freaking bad. Yeah. And I mean, I think back to like the 80s when the power utility up here they always had backup stuff. They could get people back online quick. And that's not the case now.
Well, I mean, there's only so many companies in the world that build transformers like GE and stuff, so they only have so many plants.
Yeah. Yeah. And everybody's supplier issues exist for everything. It's a mess. Yeah, it could be a while. So being prepared isn't bad, but I guess we were out of power for 107 hours, your wife says.
Yeah. And it was the worst because she's the worst when the AC goes out. You want
We
to
have
talk about a hurricane in your house?
we have a whole house generator now. We did it a couple of years ago. My parents did it.
The
and
Generac,
well, it's the competitor. We have a Cummins, but
Oh,
they're
Cummins.
it's the same idea. And size, it runs the whole house. It's natural gas fired.
yeah.
So
that's what Lynn has.
as long as there's natural gas, we're all right. And it's cool because it's completely automated and it's like
Yeah.
switches over, transfers over. I don't have to do anything. Like I have a Honda in the shed that I've got to sell to somebody because the carburetor's in pieces because I didn't babysit it like you need to, and it got all gummed up. And
Somebody
we
will buy it though.
could sell it. I could sell it in pieces to somebody in Florida probably for a ridiculous amount of money. Got it and ship it down there, but how are they going to get it now? But
But see, that's the good thing about natural gas too, is 90% of their infrastructure is underground. So you don't tend to be too affected by natural disaster.
yeah, I can't believe how many times the things lit up, Justin. It's like last winter alone, we had like 3 different days where the power went out for like half a day, and it was like they were the coldest days of the winter. And one time it happened, the power went out at like, was it like 6 o'clock in the morning or something on a Saturday. Lori had to work. She's an accountant, but most people set their thermostat back up here in the wintertime, right? They let the furnace drop back to like 60 degrees or something. And then if it goes into high fire, like around 6:30 or something. So can you imagine you have your house back to 64? If you're at 70, you would have a fighting chance, at least keep it warmer for a few hours while you waited. Now you're starting off at a disadvantage. You have no generator. Brr.
Well, it's good to have that.
Yeah. So Lori kept asking me, because I had to take her into work. I was like, nope, power's not on yet. Generator's still running. She's like, really? He's like, yep, glad it's running.
Yeah, so many people here have Generacs and Cummings and all the different brands that you can get.
Yeah, there's a bunch of brands. And in fact, I wished I had gone liquid cooled. Ours is air cooled. Liquid cooled ones they're way more money, but you've got the cash. That's what you ought to get. It'll be quiet. Your neighbors won't hate you like when ours starts.
Well, see, it's a problem too, is like even when you're like here, you can't really get pissed off by the noise because there's like 1,000 generators going off in your neighborhood and you just have to deal with it. I mean, people are.
Yeah. It would have been, yeah, it's just the liquid cool ones are a lot quieter. So, and in hindsight, I'd say if you ever shop for one, consider liquid cooled if you can swing it, just because you won't have to listen to it either.
Well, see, there's a lot of people here too that don't even have the big generators. They'll just buy the little ones that can just run their fridge and maybe a couple of appliances, and that's it.
Yeah.
One of those little small, quiet generators.
Right. They'll get the little portable ones that can run a fridge and a
Just kind of
TV.
purr. Yep.
They can run probably 3 or 4 appliances at once.
What about solar and a battery bank? Has anybody done that in Florida? Because that's a quiet way to go.
Half my neighborhood is solar, but that's the thing is, are they going to be able to withstand that wind from a Cat 4 or Cat 5?
I don't know if they're going to end up in. Yeah, I don't know how they anchor them. I mean, you would think that Florida's so proactive with codes and such for building. You would think there'd be a special code for those.
I mean, I'm sure that they look really anchored into the roofs, but it's all about your roof, right?
Well, and it's
Well,
also if the winds are bad enough and it starts peeling off limbs off of trees and then smashing into solar
They
panels.
smash the panel and it's,
Yeah,
Well, and the thing is too, is
Yeah.
there's about, if you look at the panels on the roofs, there's about a 4 to 5 inch gap between the panel and the bottom of the roof. So it's like
so it creates
wind could
lift.
get right under there and just rip them
Create
right off.
lift. Yeah, it could create lift.
And that's why I don't
Hey.
understand why houses here in Florida have overhang roofs. It's like, why don't you make them, flush with the walls? That way that the wind has nothing to grab. And
Well, you need for water runoff, I suppose. You
I-
could probably do it with gutters. You could do it with a gutter system though.
I
if you
think
had-
it's probably a heat situation. They gotta have vent on
well, some houses you'll see
People
recessed
are,
roofs,
solar panels, get hot.
but it's just, I think it's more of just, that's the way the houses have been built for a long time. So they just continue to,
you need a ecosphere.
because there's a lot of houses there. I mean, I've seen a lot of houses in Florida that do have recessed roofs where they're, flush with the walls. That way there's nothing for the wind to get up and grab.
Marshall wants to know if you and Sarah are out filling sandbags yet.
Nah,
Oh,
I don't
God,
have
we
no
have to do
use
that
for
shit.
those.
Hope you don't have to do that.
If the water gets up to my house where I need sandbags, we're screwed anyway. So that only keeps inches of water out.
Now,
You're talking-
do you have flood insurance on your homeowners?
We don't own the house, but we have rental insurance. So
Is it include flood insurance? Because
honestly, I don't
most
know.
insurance doesn't cover flood
The
insurance.
housing insurance down here in Florida is a fucking mess right now because of those stupid roofers coming around telling people, "Oh, you need your roof replaced." They'd go up there and rip a couple shingles off, and then they would tell them, "Oh, you need your roof replaced," and they'd call the insurance company, and the insurance company had to replace it. So a lot of insurance companies have gone bankrupt in Florida because of this, and a lot of them are leaving. And the insurance down here is insane for houses, absolutely insane prices for homeowners insurance. It's crazy. There's been a lot of small insurance companies that have gone out of business because of that, because they have to replace the roof if they are deemed unsafe. So these roofers were going around, "Oh yeah, you need your roof replaced," even though it was 3 years old and it looked perfectly fine. Yeah, it's stupid. What's up, Mark R. White?
He says, "Good evening." Good evening. Isn't that what Alfred Hitchcock used to say, Paul?
Yep.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I mean, if any,
No,
go ahead.
I'm done.
I was gonna say, if anybody has the money, I mean, you could technically build a house that could withstand a Category 5 like it was nobody's business.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah. With the right coin and everything. Sure.
Right? You could have fucking 15-inch thick reinforced concrete walls that aren't gonna move.
Fortress.
Right.
Probably Scottish Castle would probably take it.
There was a company that was building concrete dome houses, and what they do is they
Yeah.
put these big ass airbags. They build the concrete base, and then they put a big ass like airbag type thing in there, and then they put the concrete over it, and then they would slowly raise it, and then it would turn into like a dome or some shit. I don't know exactly how they did it, but it was pretty interesting. But they were super strong. I mean, everybody knows the dome shape is one of the strongest shapes as far as being able to take a lot of pressure.
Triangle. Structurally, I believe a triangle is the strongest, but for winds, I would think a dome would be the way to go. But like you were thinking.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I would if
But
Like I said-
concrete's a whole nother game, right? With reinforcement and everything. You have rebar and everything in there for where it gets in tension.
Right.
Yeah,
yeah, because you could put
Feels-
windows in like the cruise ships and use and shit too if you
Right
want.
back, I gotta pitch some peanuts.
you don't even need. Actually, Justin, you don't really need windows. You can get flat screen TVs that look like windows and have a camera like outside, right?
Right.
That's what I always thought for my fortress. It'd be like all concrete, and I just have like surface mounted cameras outside, and then have like 40-inch flat screens. I have like the mullions, looks like a window inside.
Right.
awesome.
Yeah. Frame it in like a window. Have
yeah,
people
that'd
around
be
it and
cool.
everything.
Be super badass. That's what I was thinking about that 15 years ago. Wow, that'd be cool. Like my fortress.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Though. Like if I had the money, I would just build me a house with 14, 15-inch solid concrete walls, reinforced, and not have a wooden roof, actually have a concrete roof, just be a
They are.
freaking concrete box.
Right? Yeah.
Because then you could just sit in your fortress while everybody else's houses are blowing away. You'd be good.
Oh, TJ, you have audio in the background like I did.
I mean,
Yo,
just like if you had the money, you could build a house that would go right through an F5 tornado. If you had the money, I mean, you could build a structure that could withstand that.
Where's Hodges at? I thought Hodges was supposed to be on here.
He was. He just, I think he stepped out for a second.
Oh,
What's up?
You're the
David?
host now.
Okay,
Congratulations.
Laura.
Take over.
how,
Take it,
how, was
Giggles.
how was your travels there, Chuck?
It's rainy today. It sucks today. We were
No,
drinking
but-
beer. And
But didn't you and your other half, didn't y'all like go like travel to different places or whatever? Didn't y'all like recently come back from like traveling somewhere or something?
oh, we were in Alaska a month ago. This is just closer to home. This is.
Oh.
Do you
like
guys
last-
own that?
I wish. No.
Oh,
Is that
okay, I
an
didn't know if it
Airbnb
was like
y'all
a
are staying
vacation.
at?
What?
Is that an Airbnb y'all are staying at?
Oh, VRBO. Yeah.
Well, that's pretty nice.
I was flying the Avata through here. Fun as
Oh,
hell.
are you?
I was ripping the Avata through the whole. Oh, the place is huge. I was like flying upstairs, downstairs. like ripping. Lori was in the bedroom, went flying in over her head in the bedroom. She yelled at me, and then it was just, the Avata's just a riot.
Oh,
I might
somebody's
have to
knocking
share
on the
some
door.
footage. We were
Yeah,
flying
okay.
in the woods yesterday. That was super fun. Flying in the woods.
How's it going, Lynn and Blizzard FPV?
And I see Art's around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Art, and then David popped in.
Laura, Lynn, Robert.
Yeah, and that one person, Laura. Yeah, I see she popped in.
Hey,
got a
here's Mr. Giggles. What'd you
We got
get?
a package. We got a
Oh, it's Christmas time.
package. It's Christmas
Is it
time.
your
It's
girly
Christmas
shoes again?
time.
You got girly shoes? No, I don't know.
Girly shoes.
Well,
Chuck,
what'd you get?
let me see that awesome shirt of yours. Let me see that shirt you got on there.
What?
Bruh, that's awesome. I want one.
From,
Can you send me one of them shirts?
no.
Can I have that?
Can I have that?
No, you can. I actually Spring, or not Teespring. Teespring has most of our stuff, but this came from Sticker Mule. They do T-shirts, and every now and again they have like a $9.99 shirt deal, and you can put one of your logos on it. So
Oh,
I just said,
okay.
what the? I was like, for $10, I'll give it a whirl. So I had them print this thing up. It came out okay.
It's
Dude,
a water
Teespring makes some
before.
fucking money. I'll tell you what.
Teespring, yeah, I know their stuff is it's all right. I think
Hey, Lenny's in the chat. How you doing, Lenny?
Well, they jumped into a niche market to be able to offer creators a way of pushing their merchandise, right?
yeah.
I mean, granted,
yeah.
there is a pretty substantial fee if you use them, but it works. I mean, if you're a big enough creator, it's actually worth it because it takes all the pressure off you having to deliver it and all that different shit.
I'm not a big enough creator, but I spend plenty of money on between Sticker Mule, which is where I spend most of our money for stickers, but Teespring stuff's cool.
I actually found a company right up the road from my house or from the house that that does stickers. And I went up there and asked them, I was like, hey, do you guys do stickers? Like, yeah, we sure do. And so like I asked them to make stickers for me so I can send them off to everybody. And I'm gonna see about getting some coasters too to send off.
Ah,
I'm running out of drink coasters since Lori and I spend enough time in brew pubs and stuff. It's always nice to leave a stack of those at a bar. But
Yeah, right.
if you can get a better deal on them, TJ, I do it because like where I was buying them from Sticker Mule, they're kind of spendy.
Yeah.
And, you get 50 of them.
I
They don't last very
want
long.
a coaster. Are yours ceramic coasters?
Oh,
they're
hell
like
no. They're fiberboard, like the fiberboard. That's what I'm saying. I mean, like I have
Oh.
I only have like 4 or 5 of them left. They're almost gone. And
These are
I need some
cheap if you have the
Kovacs
machine to make them.
stickers too, so I can add them to my collection.
gotta win it like
those are
everybody
the ones
else.
that are cork, Justin?
Yeah, now these are relatively
trade.
cheap to make if you have your own laser machine to do them.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
got one of those. That's from the South Florida Drone Meet, right?
Yeah, I got one.
Cork
from-
is definitely better.
I got one of Al's. I got 2 from the 2 years I went to Florida Drone Meetup. I got one.
I would
from
think people would be 3D
Australia,
printing them.
And then I got one.
So you don't give your stickers away, Chuck? You don't just send them off to people like everybody
I do.
else?
I trade, but I've been like sending them down to like Johnny Drone Flyer and stuff, and then he gives them away on the show, things like that. And then that's how
So
I
what you
spread 'em
do,
out.
TJ, is you send Chuck a couple stickers with an empty envelope with your address on
Well,
it.
that's what
I
I'm
don't even
saying.
need. I don't even
like,
need an
that's
empty
what I'm saying.
envelope. Just-
If he sends me one, then I'll send him one so that way I have his address and stuff.
yeah, I've done it both ways. Yeah, some guys send them to me first, and I sent this. As long as I have your name and address to send back, it's easy.
Yeah, that's what I'm
In
saying.
fact, I'm
So
gonna have to get more. I gotta get more stamps, man. I gotta, you can
Yeah.
throw those. That stuff just goes in a regular envelope.
that's what I do when people send me stickers or whatever. I save their envelope so that way I have their address and stuff. So that way, if I want to send them something else, I could just write on the address or write on the envelope.
If we were really like tech savvy and smart, we just create a database for all our friends and then just use that to like print out envelopes. But
See, I got a whole stack of envelopes from like everybody in the drone community.
Yeah,
that's really
Their
cool.
addresses. I even have yours in here, Chuck.
I'm sure you do because I have your stuff. Yeah.
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 That's
I
what-
was
that's what
slapping. I've been slapping stickers all over the place though up here. Like we were at this little brewery today, and there was like in the men's room they have like the paper towel dispenser, and it was covered with stickers. So like, yeah, I got to put a Covaxion one there. I always have stickers with me now. Like
JD,
when we're out
JD
hiking.
said that Justin got everybody amped up on stickers, then he doesn't have any of his own.
I do. I
Now,
did
though.
have some of my own, but I ran out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have some left too. I'm running low, so I just I'm getting some more made at that. It's called K12 Print that's making my stickers, so they're doing some more up for me, so that way I have some.
So they're local though. They probably give you a nice local boy deal, which is good.
Yeah,
How much are you
I
paying
think-
per
I-
sticker, TJ?
I think I ended up paying like 50 something bucks for my stickers. So I got like, or maybe a little bit more because I got 50 of them made.
Damn,
Is it
you're
a
paying
buck a
almost
sticker?
$1 a sticker.
That's a
Uh-huh.
lot. Yeah, because I think Sticker Mule, for instance, it's what they 50 stickers for like $29 or something.
But the more
Yeah.
you buy, the cheaper it is too,
Yeah.
right?
Well, they have deals like Sticker Mule. They just every week they have a deal. So they're like 1 week it'll be like they're pushing keychains. Another week they'll be pushing 3-inch round stickers. Another inch they'll push 3-inch die stickers and holographic. They go through this.
But I think they
So-
also have a deal like if you buy 50, it's
Cyclical.
30, but if you buy 100, you get like it's like
Oh,
$10 or $15 more.
yeah, probably true. I found that I like buying the rolls of stickers. I was handing them out to you guys, but I think I'm gonna get the rolls are easier because you can put them in your back pocket, ripped up in singles, and you can peel them really fast and stick them on stuff when you're out in the field. Because when you're vandalizing, you want to be quick about it. But
That's what I think about doing. Just taking the rest of mine and just sticking them all over like the signs and shit or whatever. Or just
well, yeah, like yesterday we were out. I put it on. I think I put it on Facebook. We were out yesterday, and like at this one trailhead, there were stickers all over the sign and for the gate and everything that just goes to a trail. It's just a private road. So I was like, oh, one's got to go on there. Yeah.
What are you doing? An episode of Unsolved Mysteries, TJ? What the hell just happened?
I know he's backlit.
I don't know.
Well, what happens is,
Yeah.
is the sun is right directly behind him, and when his head blocks it.
You need one of these.
Yeah, a
You
light.
see me without it? Me
I
without
have
it, and then
I
me.
have, well, she's got
You
a
do.
one of those. It holds your phone, and there's a little circular light on it.
Oh
A
yeah,
ring
it's
light.
the ring light with the little
Ring lights
cell
are really
phone on it.
nice.
I have one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, very nice. In fact,
Well,
I'm only
what's-
using one source of light, which kind of
Well,
sucks.
TJ,
but,
it's nice that she
yeah.
has, but you don't have.
Yeah.
Well, what's
I
good
know.
about the ring lights too is they have that thread on the bottom of them, and you can use them on a tripod.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so you can see. Oops, this one's on a tripod.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a little mini tripod. I got like 5-minute little mini tripods. I don't ever use
This
it.
is light's coming loose. I didn't really throw it out. I threw it on here really fast. I was trying frantically, but anyway, this is the PGY Tech.
They make some good stuff for very inexpensive. It's not.
It's not as inexpensive as it used to be. They've gotten spendier, but the quality's improved too. So it's like it's a fair trade.
Dude, he
Right,
was
crap
thinking about
stuff.
sending his missing GPS module to Unsolved Mysteries.
I crashed my Mavic 3 yesterday.
Uh-oh. Oh man. What happened?
Yep.
What happened?
That's kind of sad and embarrassing. We were at this brew pub, and before we drank anything, I wanted to get like a selfie, like a droney shot of us. We were on the patio. I was gonna hand launch the drone and have it pull out behind us, like off the side of the building out over the lake. And so I get permission from him or anything. I fire up the drone and I'm holding my hand. I fire up the prop.
Oh man, he froze up right when he was about to tilt.
Everything.
Yeah.
And it spools up, dropped. It literally dropped, and it almost went on the other side of the patio, like 30 feet down to the concrete below. But luckily, it hit the plexi and came down on my side and destroyed two of the props.
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
okay.
And it was really embarrassing because there was like table like behind us, and the guy's like, one of your wings is over here.
Did you
Oh,
watch
God.
Chris Hope's video this morning where he lost his Phantom 4?
No, I didn't see that. No.
His live show's still up. You can watch it. Yeah, his Phantom 4 went into the water. It fucking wigged out, started going around like that. Boom. But he ended up recovering it.
Yeah. Well, I was lucky. Mine it just broke two props. Everything else you can't even tell it happened. It's fine. I flew it since then, and it's fine. But this was a good day, because after that I was like, well, I got to get shots of this place. So I popped the drone up, and I'm flying getting my shots, and this guy comes over and says, hey, you're not really supposed to be flying here. I was like, what do you mean? It's like, it's not a no-fly zone. He's like, well, there's an ordinance here in the village. I said, really? Show it to me, because I couldn't find any ordinance or anything. I looked. So, and there's nothing on my apps. Everything's clean and green. So, well, there's an airport
Clean
3
and
miles
green.
away. I said,
It doesn't
yeah, a
matter.
little itty bitty one, right? Yes. Well, you realize it's like an upside down wedding cake. So, I mean, if we're 3 miles away, I probably can fly 100 feet up easily, if not two. And I'm only
I mean, it will
flying like
tell you
80
too when
feet.
you request. I mean, doesn't matter.
Well, you really, I'm almost done. So I'm going to bring her down and just leave now. But he was not going to let it. He was going to let it go. He's like, don't want to ruin your day or anything. I'm thinking, well, you're already trying to. So go, F off. What I wanted to
Well,
say.
so many people say, oh, you can't fly within 5 miles of the airport. Yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
It will tell you
Right.
what altitude you have to be in and whatever grid you're in.
Right, exactly.
You
It's an
can.
upside down wedding cake and everything. But anyway, that was a bummer. So remember I told you guys before I hadn't had a Karen running. I had that and the embarrassing crash in public. That's great.
I've never had a Karen running.
Oh, you're due. Probably.
I sold
Make
most
sure
of
that
them.
Sarah's filming. I wish Lori had been filming me at the time. It would have been great to have it all on film.
All I have
Would've
left
been-
is the Spark and the Mini One. I got rid of the other two.
Yeah. Well,
So, Chuck,
honestly,
are you and Lori? Are y'all planning to come to the South Florida drone meetup on April 1st?
when is it?
April 1st,
Yeah,
2023.
that's what I thought. No, she's a tax accountant. It's like she's 7 days a week, like a zillion hours a day. There's no way.
Oh,
Yeah, it's tax
The
season.
timing
right
just
there, everyone.
sucks.
That's
Yeah.
the high
It's great.
tax season.
It's great for most people because everybody wants to escape up here to go to like Florida and like, February, March, April. It's a great time to go.
yeah.
Well, why don't you just come down by yourself?
Nope.
You don't travel
Why?
by yourself?
I only get 4 weeks vacation.
Oh, okay.
I just shouldn't say only. That's a lot, but
That's what I get
Um,
every year.
unless we're gonna stop travel vlogging, then I can not worry about that so much.
I get 4 weeks of vacation and 3 floating holidays that I can use for whatever. It's
Man,
pretty
if I
much
could-
2 days of vacation, but
I mean, it's only like through the weekends, like Friday.
Yeah, I use like one day, right? So like it'd be like flying on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, fly back like late Saturday or like early Monday or something. I mean, it's possible. I just
Yeah.
what's
yeah.
up, Tim?
yeah.
Yeah, you should do it.
I won't be at this next year's.
Are you not coming to next year's?
No, I'm not going to be there this next year.
YouTube's been bringing me down lately. Honestly,
Why?
it's bringing me down.
Why?
It's frustrating. It's
'Cause you,
frustrating.
what, you keep losing subs or something?
It's just frustrating. Yeah,
Oh.
not so much that. It's just frustrating. So, I mean, I actually had more fun. I had more fun yesterday just ripping around with the Avata through like this. We were on this hiking trail and nobody was around. So like I take the Avata out of the bag and just start. I'm like, Lori, I'm gonna fly you want to fly your Avata? She says, no. I was like, okay, I do. I'm gonna fly it. So I take it out. I'm like ripping around the woods. It was great. It's
Now,
like,
you know, a lot of
do you use the stick to fly it, or do you use the control? Do you use the controller?
I've tried both. I had it came with the motion controller, and I have another motion controller from the FPV, the original FPV. Long story short, I've tried the motion with head tracking, and I'm not really a fan. It's kind of weird. Maybe I could get used to it with practice, but I prefer the regular sticks, just the RC with the sticks, honestly. And then like, I'm not flying manual. So I mean, if I'm gonna fly manual, the sticks, at least I could loosen up the sticks.
Tim,
and
how
then
are
really
you?
fly acro.
Tim,
So,
how
like,
are
what-
you kind of busy? You're either busy or you're not.
He's borderline busy.
Borderline busy. So like, what are you comfortable like flying with? As some people call it, the dildo stick, or just like the other?
I prefer the conventional remote control.
And most people do, and that's why DJI forced you to buy it separately if you didn't have the original one. So if you had the original DJI,
Well, I've seen some good videos using motion with head tracking but I was trying it. I was experimenting with it in this house last night, and I'm like, it just doesn't respond like I want it to. It's kind of like, I mean, I get it, left, right, all that kind of stuff, and the trigger, but I don't know. Maybe it just takes more time, but I'm just so much more comfortable with the regular RC.
Like when you're wearing the goggles, can you feel like the little fans blowing on your forehead or whatever?
No, I did have to reduce. I reduced the screen size to 90%. You can go, they start off at 100, but most people I think have to bring it in just a smidge because you get like vignetting, where it gets dark around the corners.
Yeah.
You know what? Because you adjust the lenses in and out, and then you can adjust the you don't need corrective lenses with them. You just dial them in on the bottom. There are two dials. You turn them, and they're a slick design.
I don't know, man. Like I have a bunch of change and everything saved up. I want to get another drone. People keep telling me like, get the Avata, get the Avata.
Well, it depends what you're going to do. What do you want to do with it? Because the Avata is, it's pretty cool. It's noisy as hell. I mean, there's no way you're going to fly the Avata anywhere and not piss people off because it screams.
Yeah.
But it does have horizontal leveling and stuff, so you can, it has like rock steady, like an action camera, but then it also has horizon steady, so you could fly it. You can fly it really cinematically if you want to.
I mean, because right now I've got the Mavic Air 2, and when we had the last meetup in Boynton Beach that one weekend, I got to fly the Mini 3, and I really liked flying the Mini 3. That thing's pretty quiet, but
it's like Chuck said, all about what you want to do. Do you want to do FPV or do you want to do GPS? Two totally different animals there. So it's like, you don't have to get the latest and greatest just because everybody's telling you.
Maddie and Mikey are trying to get me to pop my FPV cherry. So
the Avata though the Avata's, Justin, you're probably going to say this. I stole your. No, go say what you're going to say. I bet you're going to say.
I was just going to tell TJ, like I told you the other day, though. Think about that before you jump into it, because can you afford FPV as an expensive hobby? It's more expensive than GPS because you're constantly fixing it.
You're breaking things constantly.
Right. When you run a $600 GoPro into the ground, that's it, boy. If you don't have the money to buy 2 or 3 of those and have a couple extra, I'm just saying, think about it before you jump into that. I'm not telling you not to do it, but just think about it.
Well, the thing with the Avata's spendy right out of the box, but you're getting really awesome digital goggles and a pretty capable GP. The drone flies GPS if you want it to. It's a nice hybrid. It's great for beginners. And then you can go full on manual and rip with it. Durability wise, it's way better than the last one. Oh my God, the last one is, junk, really. It's a
I mean,
joke.
because if you want to compare, the best way to compare it is to like JD and the RC cars. I mean, he's always fixing those. It's an expensive hobby, man. RC cars, FPV, that shit gets expensive.
Where's Ron? Hey, Ron.
Hey
What's
guys,
up?
What's up, Ron?
how's everybody?
Just chilling, man. Just chilling. Just came home from
Doing
work
all right.
not too long ago.
TJ's trying to find a way to spend some money. He's thinking,
Yeah.
Well, what's TJ trying to buy?
I don't know. Like I don't
he's
know.
toying
'Cause
with stuff.
I like the Avata. Some people keep telling me to buy the Avata. I like the Mini 3. I got to fly that when we
That flies awesome. I was
yeah.
flying that in the Avata yesterday. Dude, in my backpack, I can carry all three. I have the Mavic 3, Mini 3 Pro, and Avata all ready to rip in my bag.
Oh, nice.
I'm fully equipped when I'm out in the field. It's awesome.
Sweet.
Yeah.
TJ, it's only money. Can't take it with you.
Yeah.
I
Buy
flew
it.
all three yesterday at one point.
What is he,
Money comes,
70,
money
Ron?
goes.
Pull the bandit.
Jesus.
Rip the bandage off.
Still has a few more years before he needs to take that advice.
Hello, Ron.
That
Hey, Paul's back.
Yeah, I had to take the blanket out of the dryer, put another blanket in the washer, and
getting your whoobies all
do the household chores.
yeah. Well, it's a Sunday, and it's a good day for it.
Yeah.
Which that was my biggest concern for the day.
Well, I only work one more day. I only work tomorrow. Then I'm off Tuesday and Wednesday. So
Well, it's probably good you're
Nice.
off Tuesday and Wednesday because that's when the hurricane's supposed to be rubbing up on.
It'd be Thursday, so he may have Thursday and Friday off too.
You might have a whole week to
I-
think
you
about
know,
what
I
to
don't-
buy next,
I don't
TJ.
know. Like I don't think it's. I don't
Well,
know. I
you're
don't think
down
it's gonna
more
be-
south, so you're probably going to get the very edge of it.
Yeah, because I don't think it's going to be as bad as everybody says it's going to.
Well, you're 2.5 hours more south than I am, so you're gonna get the very edge of it to where you're probably not going to be affected. You could probably still go outside and go to McDonald's if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Where here, it's going to hit pretty good where I'm at.
I don't know. TJ, did you said you were going to get your suit out of the closet? He's got a wingsuit. He was thinking about putting it.
Oh hell!
Oh, Squirrel Man.
Yeah.
Can you imagine somebody out there to do that. I couldn't imagine doing that in like a cat. Or,
You see TJ in a freaking flying squirrel suit.
Yeah. Singing the
my-
Bumblebee song. Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh yeah, a bumblebee.
Justin,
Yeah, it's
Justin yesterday he was showing the video of the guy holding the American flag while the wind and the rain were like blowing. Like he was sitting there holding the American flag and his hair was like just blowing in the wind or whatever.
yeah, he was rocking out. He was like,
Rocking it out.
probably really
How's the
hard to
weather out
hold it.
that way, Ron?
69 degrees.
Oh, wow.
69 hands.
man, I wish it was that cold here.
58 degrees here.
Here,
52
Justin,
where
this
I
will
am.
surprise you. I'm out scrubbing and cleaning and wiping down the truck and vacuuming and giving it its weekly
Oh,
loving.
Justin, yeah. Justin loves you to just nurture that truck.
Tomorrow it gets an oil change. Oh, yeah, I'm off today.
So how's the
I might
hurt?
Go to the grocery store. I don't know. I'm not home.
Oh,
I'm up in Dickinson.
okay. So
Yeah, Sundays are my day off.
you're off, but you're in Dickinson. Okay.
Yep. Got tomorrow 24 and Tuesday night and go home Wednesday. And probably be up at the lodge for majority of that time and back to work.
Well, you need to get yourself a big cattle trailer and load some of your buddies up and take them up there to the lodge with you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I
Robert
was
does.
gone all those days last week. I went home the other night I was only home a matter of 10 hours. But I went out, as soon as I got home, I went outside and rattled, and 15 seconds. They're coming out from behind trees, houses. There was 12 of them in the yard.
By the way, TJ, yes, he has FPV drones. He's got.
Oh,
damn
does
near-
he?
Yeah, he has about probably close to about as big a collection of drones as David does. I've seen him. He has a
Oh.
lot of DJI drones and he's got a lot of FPV shit. So yeah, he's.
Robert Glazer has more than AZ drone. Dude?
I'm not sure
Right
because
back.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah,
right
That-
back.
he's
that'd be a
right on
pretty
the-
bold- That'd be a pretty bold statement.
no. He's right on the hills of David if he doesn't. I don't know because I don't even know if David knows how many drones he actually has.
David has multiples of the same drone.
Right, but Robert's got a lot of drones too. He's right up there with David as far as drone collection.
Oh, I'm not saying Robert doesn't have a lot of drones, but David, it just amazes me. If you name it, he's pretty much has it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think one could have too many drones or too many of anything for that matter.
Uh-huh.
My
Uh,
God,
Well, you would think that, TJ, but honestly, if you had like 15 or 20 drones like Adrian, it gets to the point to where you actually don't ever really fly half of
You
them
don't fly.
because
Yeah.
you just don't have the time to fly every one of them.
I had 7 drones at one time, and I was only flying 1 or 2 of them.
Right.
So I sold the other ones.
I would
yeah,
say
okay,
it's
Adrian.
I would say a good amount wouldn't be more than 4 maybe.
Hey, David Preston is in the house.
If it helps, I don't have any fucking drones.
So I see you won on Fibbage.
Hell yeah!
That's awesome. He was killing it today on Fibbage.
Yeah, I caught a little bit of it, but I was in between doing stuff. And
What's fibbage?
It's all the games that Laura plays on
on
Sundays.
butt crack, yeah,
Yeah, on Jackbox
On what?
or Crackbox or whatever.
crack box or jackpot, or
Yeah.
smallpox. I don't know what.
Cracker
Ooh,
Jack,
that's not
Cracker
funny.
Jack, Cracker Jack.
That's not funny.
I call it butt crack, but I don't think that's the name, is it, David?
No,
It's Jackpot.
Jackbox
Jackpot.
Yeah. or Jack in the Box.
Jack in the Box. Yeah.
Jack in the box.
Jack in the Box.
Uncle
need to
Bill's
look.
always over there, though.
Hey,
He's always playing, isn't he?
Yeah. I went over there. Laura asked me to come over one night, and who was in there along besides Bill? Laura, Bill, me.
Donald, Daniel.
Yeah, Don showed up. He was cleaning up house. That son of a gun.
Hey,
Yeah.
did y'all hear the one about the guy whose hearing aid wasn't working?
No, did you?
Neither did he.
Oh, man.
Oh boy.
Uh-huh.
You know
TJ,
what?
if you get
Oh,
a new
no.
writer, TJ, get a new writer.
Or Laura said, Paul Murray, this was a good show until David arrived.
Yeah, she's heckling from the chat.
Uh,
Laura's heckling from the chat, kind of.
Yeah,
Sad thing is she's about 5 feet from him, I bet.
that's right. She's liable to
never
reach right
know.
out and slap him.
You might see her.
Yeah.
You might see her arm come out from around from the side.
Just want to point something out to you guys. She has it. He's actually in the other room. She's not here.
Oh,
But she's listening.
That's close enough.
Yeah, clearly.
But for
she's-
for
she's
someone
aware.
that wants me to order a Tim Hortons coffee tomorrow morning, yeah, she's going the right way about it.
Hey, Paul Murray, I was watching a documentary last night on Netflix on something from out your way, the Jeffrey Dahmer case.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Dahmer.
I'll tell you, Netflix does some interesting documentaries. They do.
They do. They did that one on that guy. Remember a couple months ago when back in April when I come down to Florida, I stopped at that house in Colorado with that guy that killed his wife and 2 children. Remember?
Oh,
Yeah.
what the hell was his name?
Chris
Chris Watts.
Chris Watts, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't remember that. That must have been like a
Yeah.
long time ago.
No.
Lenny, did you work on the Dahmer
No,
case?
that was Chris Watts was only what 3 years ago, maybe.
That and that house is still sitting vacant because
Yeah, it is.
they don't know what to do with it.
I know. I pulled up there and I drove around a couple times, and people were like looking at me like, I better get out of here.
I'm not a huge believer like in like ghosts and stuff, but I'll tell you what, if you watch the original body cam footage from the actual cops,
Mhm.
there is so
Yeah.
many EVPs in that body cam footage, and
Yeah.
even the cops react in the camera footage. They
Yeah.
react to it. They
There's-
hear it. They're like, "What the hell was that?" There was a little
they
girl
were-
that laughed.
They were seeing the little kids or something. Yeah.
They heard a little girl laugh,
Wow.
and both the canine officer and the officer that was with her, all three of them reacted. Even the dog did, and they were like,
Yeah.
"What was that?" And the dog like backed up out of the closet and was like, "What the hell?"
Lynn was a Fed investigator on the Jeffrey Dahmer case, and she said it was disgusting.
Oh, she was an investigator on that?
Oh, she investigated Ruby Ridge.
Really?
All the big cases. Yep.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
Huh.
And Dahmer, he's a pretty sick individual.
I thought
Yeah,
you were, I thought you were joking for a minute there, Paul. But then when Ron was like, "Oh, really?" You're like, "Yeah."
No, Lynn was a federal investigator, and she used
Oh.
to go around and investigate all the big stuff.
Why'd that case turn federal though? I wonder.
Didn't it have something to do with crossing state lines or something?
That's what it normally is like if you do multiple murders in different states, once it crosses state lines, then it becomes federal.
Hmm.
But yeah, that
Yeah, he
Chris
was
Watts case, man, that was some insane shit.
Yeah.
So what happened with that whole thing?
He killed his wife and his two little girls, and his wife was pregnant.
Did he just go crazy one day and just fucking?
It was over some
No.
side chick,
Yep.
over some what?
over some side chick.
Yep.
And
Yeah,
the thing was, and he took the little girls. The saddest thing was, is he worked on an
Oh.
oil for an oil company. He went out to a location where they had some oil rigs or oil pumps or whatever set up, and he put the little girls inside the oil things.
Oh,
And
that's
the
bad.
investigator said that it was that the holes were so small, they don't know how he got the bodies in there.
Yeah.
And it was just the saddest thing ever. I could never imagine hurting my children like in any which way, shape, or form like that.
Yeah.
That is just
I don't
insane.
know.
You just don't have
I
the
don't know
right
how he-
stuff to be a serial killer and stuff. That's all. Good for you.
I don't know how
Good
he's
on you,
still
dude.
surviving, and they've got to have him in major solitary confinement. But
Well,
Oh,
the
he's
sad
still
part of
living.
it is Ron probably won't share, like Lynn's kind of private about that stuff, but Lynn says that Dahmer picked up victims in Chicago and took them north.
Across state lines. So yeah, that became
yeah,
federal.
they kind of showed that in the movie.
He hit all the gay bars, and that's where he
Yeah.
got his victim.
Yep.
Piece of work.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Be nice to take him and put him in some kind of capsule and jettison him to the sun. Oh, let's get warm in here.
Robert
Lord.
Robert Glazer said he spent the night in some haunted places. Said that he's into ghosts and spirits. He spent the night in several.
Like
haunted
it's always interested me. I just have never seen anything with my own eyes that would make me believe it. But I
Yeah.
Well,
interesting.
in most cases, it's you hear things or things move in a room or whatever. You don't really actually, in 90% of the spiritual happenings, you don't see the apparition. You just see the results of.
Right, but I've never seen like a book fly across the room or
Oh,
like,
I have.
you know, there are people that say they've seen apparitions. I've never seen anything.
I've never seen them myself.
Right upstairs here.
I think that'd
Yeah,
be
we've-
creepy to see something.
Lori and I have seen some weird stuff.
When I was about 7 or 8 or 9 years old, I was upstairs in a bedroom. All of a sudden, the book started floating across the room and back, and I screamed and hollered. And
God.
the book went back down. Boom.
Well,
Oh,
whatever you was
that's
taking that
weird.
night, can I have some?
Well, and the sad part of it is I have to keep it kind of hush hush. But I had two tenants, not at the same time, but at different occasions, hang themselves up there in the closet.
Huh?
Yep, I have a friend of mine that's a painter, and he came over and helped me paint it in between. And he says, "I'm not going in the killing room. No."
So,
Wow.
I would say the only
It's like
crazy,
that watch house. They'll never sell that place. It's been on the market for, they said, around like 2 months, or not 2 months, about 3 or 4 years now. It'll
Just-
probably never sell. It's got to drive the property values of everybody in the whole neighborhood down terribly.
well, and a lot of
Just bulldoze it.
well, a lot of the neighborhood actually wanted it turned into a memorial park, but the bank won't
What's
budge on it.
what's the house look like from the outside?
It's nice. It's a nice
Oh,
ass
it's gorgeous.
neighborhood.
It's probably a $500,000, $600,000, $700,000 house.
Well, I'm amazed that somebody hasn't bought it on the cheap and rented it out. You don't have to tell the tenants.
In some states, you
Oh.
actually do, though. Depends on what
Yeah, you
state
might.
you're in. Some states you have to reveal certain things like that. But the thing is this dude had everything. He had a really good looking wife, two beautiful daughters, had a third one on the way, had a really good job with an oil company. His wife was getting really successful on the internet
Yeah.
when selling, I think she was in some vitamin thing. And she was
Yeah.
getting really big on the internet there for
I
a
don't
minute.
know about green. Definitely
Like
not.
just had the
Oh,
perfect
okay.
life and just destroyed everything.
Yeah. The room where the two different tenants killed themselves was actually where it was my childhood bedroom.
Oh,
And if I'm not mistaken, you're right about that, Ron. It was like a $500,000 or $700,000 home. It wasn't it was big too. You can go
Yeah.
watch the body cam footage of the cops walking through it. It was a really nice house.
yeah, beautiful
You would
place.
think some freaky dude would buy it if they, thinking, "Oh, that's kind of cool."
You'd have think somebody had just fucking bulldozed a pile of crap.
The bank won't
I've
give
got-
up on it.
I stopped and got pictures of it. I'll have to share them with you sometime.
It's all right saying the bank won't give up on it, but eventually it'll become costing more money than it's worth.
Well, that's what
Well,
I'm saying.
maybe
is-
they're hoping for a tornado to go through there or something.
Shut up.
So, Justin, how much of that storm is going to hit your area?
It's the European model just updated
Oh,
earlier, so
okay.
it looks like it's going to hit the top part of Florida,
Wilson's t-shirt.
but it's pretty much covering
it's
about
not.
60% of the state, so I'll be in
No.
it still.
I don't know
TJ
what
will
you're
probably be
It's,
fine.
it's on the western coast, but it's going to brush and have an effect probably all the
But
way
we're on
across
the right side of the storm, which is the worst side. But TJ, where he's at, he should be fine. He'll, if anything, he'll just have the
Not green in there.
yeah, we'll probably just get like the
It's
wind.
not
and-
green.
You probably won't even get that.
No,
You'll probably just see a
hated
few
it.
clouds in the sky. That's it.
Well, TJ, you could always drive over a little closer and try out your wingsuit.
But TJ should be at the point to where he could get in his car and drive somewhere still if he wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he should be fine. But we're still 3 or 4 days out, so it can always decide to do something else too. So it's not.
Lynn says Tallahassee
Episode.
and Panama City are the target right now.
Yeah, and like Sarah said, we'll know for sure tomorrow night or Tuesday morning where it's actually going to hit. They'll have it.
JD says,
Yeah,
Hotel Murray, you can check in, but you can't check out.
Yeah. Check out anytime you want, but you can never leave.
But Ron, it's supposed to be strengthened to a 4 before it hits.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, it went from only going to be like a 1 or 2. Now they're estimating a 4 because it's just perfect conditions. And since it's not going directly over Cuba, there's not going to be much landmass to break it up because it's only going over the western tip of Cuba. It's just barely
Wow.
going to graze it. But see, that's the thing is Cuba has some pretty decent mountain ranges. And when storms do go over, it tends to help break them up a little bit and slow them down. But it's not going over Cuba, unfortunately. So Well, I
Still think
wouldn't,
it's a Scottish wind.
I wouldn't say unfortunately, because I'd hate to Cuban people have to fucking deal with that, but
Oh, make us, yeah. Ooh, Lori's making margaritas.
I'm coming over to your place, Chuck.
TJ be right over.
I'm down for margarita.
okay, make all of that.
What I
Oh,
think-
yeah.
You
That's
know
a
what-
long, that's a long drive, TJ.
Yeah, I
you know what I
know.
should do, Paul?
But I think it'll be worth it because I think Lori makes pretty good. I mean,
Oh,
I'm just saying maybe
A
she
t-shirt.
does make really good margaritas. I don't know.
You know what I think
Jeez.
I should do, Paul, is
Turn the
do
camera
a
back on in a bit.
it hasn't
do
got
a
a white
live
light.
stream.
Yeah, you should do a live stream during the hurricane.
That's what I'm saying. We'll do a live stream until the power goes out.
Yeah. Well, you do it from your cell phone. You got a power bank. You put the power bank in your pocket. You don't have to worry about it. Well, unless the cell towers go down.
Well, the thing is I got the security cameras outside, so I can pull up the security cameras and share those
Sure.
inside the safety of my closet.
Well, I thought maybe you're going to drive around the neighborhood and show everybody.
Not during the storm, I'm not.
Well, that's what a real reporter would do.
But I'm saying I think that's what I'll do. So whatever time it's supposed to hit us, a couple hours before that, I'll start up a live stream, even if it's really late at night or early in the morning. And then everybody can come over and check it out, and I'll have the cameras from outside running so everybody can see.
Yeah, you got to invite everybody from Florida to be on there for sure, because they can give you on the spot reporting.
And we'll just go as long as I can. Hopefully the power won't go out.
Yep.
Oh.
So I'll let you guys know. I'll do it because I know I'll be off the next day. So I'll let you guys know when I'm going to do it. And then when we'll know exactly what time it's going to hit, and we'll start it up a couple hours beforehand. And yeah, we got to go outside and take that fucking trampoline down. Otherwise, that thing's going to be a wingsuit. But like I said, all the guys from the fence companies are already lined up at the Georgia border, just waiting. Because I guarantee half the fences in my neighborhood will be gone by the next morning.
What happened? What happened?
What is going on?
I don't know. She's over there freaking out about whatever.
Yeah, Robert, we'll have a hurricane
You in
party.
trouble? You in trouble again, TJ?
TJ's always
she's-
in trouble.
We're both on our laptop computers, and she was doing something.
You're hogging the bandwidth, aren't you?
And I guess she was working on a document or something and she clicked on something and totally lost whatever she was
We
working
forgot the Celta. Do you have a lime?
Save as you go. Save as you go. That's what they tell you.
Yep.
on. So, yeah, you got to have a lime in the margarita, otherwise.
Let's see. I gotta unplug some stuff. Let's see if I can.
Yeah, I'll make sure my security camera's all nice and charged up before the storm.
We
hits.
have some moonshine. Ooh, hey, she's making margaritas. Hey, Lori. Lori, hey, Lori.
I might actually go out and move the one off the back door and move it somewhere else.
Make us all a margarita and send them all over.
Yeah.
We should
All
set a
right, guys,
roofie.
I think I'm gonna hop off. She's wanting to get started on dinner anyways.
Okay, TJ, you go make dinner now. You be a good
All
boy.
right. We'll
Be
save
good.
you some, and you can come over and have a feast with us.
All right.
Nice.
All right, we'll see you guys.
Bye bye.
Later.
I shall laters.
And it got
Ron,
quiet.
so how far do you got to go?
Oh, I'm just riding around town.
Oh,
I'm here at the grocery store. My favorite.
So
grocery
Verizon's gonna
store
let me
now.
trade in my pile of shit Pixel 6. Oh, I'm on camera. Mic here. Sorry, guys. Talking to Lori for a second. I was telling her Verizon will let me trade in my piece of shit Pixel 6 Pro. So, bye.
Don't worry. Laura had a bigger embarrassment on her live stream. I called her into the kitchen for her food and she forgot that I had left my mic on and she shouted, "I'll be in a minute. I'm just going for a pee."
well, that's a human error. That's normal.
Yep. I trade this pilot. This piece of shit right here is going. Goodbye, ski.
So they'll let you trade it in?
Yeah, getting rid of it. I hate it. I every day I say how much I hate it. It's never have I hated. No, I shouldn't say that. I had an Android phone that I really wanted to like drive over my vehicle several years ago. You might remember it. It was Motorola made. It was called the X2. Remember the Droid X2?
No.
You guys remember that one?
No.
What a piece of shit that thing was.
I remember the droids.
Yeah, that was the early days of Android. It's like the really early days.
Chuck, you get angry at a lot of technology. I
Yeah.
remember your
Yeah, I'm
love for the
addicted.
Mavic 3 at first.
Oh, that was a pile of shit too, but they sorted it out. It's great now. Now I love that thing.
Just
Yeah.
don't get a
Oh.
flip phone, whatever you do. The new
Just a what?
Samsung flip. Don't get the new Samsung
flip
flips.
phone?
Oh, come on. That's the one I want. What's wrong with that thing?
They've only got something like a 4,000 lifespan, open and closed lifespan.
Really?
So if you're
that's-
using it all the time, it's not going to last very long.
Now,
4,000 times. So let me think. How many times will I open that thing up a day? Times
they
360.
say normally it would last. Most people, yeah, if you're only using it once or twice a day, it would last the 2 years of your contract. But actually, most people, if it's say like you're like Laura, she puts her phone down. 30 seconds later, she's got it back in her hand, and she's,
Yeah, that's me. That's me. That would be
Yeah.
me. So
so just don't do it.
don't do it. All right. Crap, because I wanted the Motorola Razr that's coming out soon, but it doesn't have QI charging, whereas the Samsung has wireless charging. So that was one of the reasons I was going to settle for Samsung, but because
The other
my dad
Samsungs
actually
are all right.
my dad has the very first Razr, the one that came out 3 years ago, I think.
Yeah.
And everybody said what a piece of crap that thing is. His is still going strong. Now my mom's using it. My mom took it over because he didn't like it, so she took it over.
Laura, iPhone's crap. Shut up.
iPhones work. Hate to admit. I don't
So
want
the
one either. But
Yeah, so do calculators.
There's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with iPhones.
Nothing fucking right with them. either.
no, there's David, my laptop kind of tricked me into updating from Windows 10 to 11. Do you know
Oh.
what Windows 11 looks a lot like? Have you
Like
seen it?
like a MacBook. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And guess what? The moment they fucking dump that on my computer, I'm getting classic shell and I'm going back to Windows fucking 7.
So I had I don't know if I was probably drinking when I did this. I was telling those guys earlier, kidding around, but probably true. I let it update and it happened overnight. Then in the morning I was like, what is this shit? And I'm like, it looks like a MacBook. I was like, oh, Windows 11. Oh, no.
And you can't go back.
There was a turn back, right? I could have gone back. I'm like, well, all right, I'll give it a go. We'll see how it goes. Because worst case, I can save all my shit off of it and I can just put Windows 10 back in again at this
I
point.
just don't like it. The whole layout of it. They've gone seriously Mac, and it's like,
It is Mac. It's annoying. It's just
so
annoying.
there's a reason why Windows is still popular, because it is not Mac. Yeah, Mac is
No, actually, they've been copying Apple Mac forever. Windows 3.1 was a ripoff of Mac. It was.
I'm going to be honest. The reason most people have Windows is because it is not Mac. The layouts
Yep.
are better.
Yeah,
The layouts are better. This new shit where they're hiding everything, and you can only put certain things in certain folders, and you can
cheers.
they can dictate what programs you can and can't use. Fuck that for a game of soldiers.
My computer doesn't
This is
dictate what
good.
programs I can and can't use.
If you're,
Well,
Just
there are certain programs that
Damn,
Windows
this is
will
good.
not allow you to use.
You turn certain things off, you don't have that problem, Sean.
You know
Turn
what?
a bunch
I
of
drink
shit
enough
off
of these margaritas. I'm not going to care if my technology doesn't work.
I'm saying,
A few
like,
minutes.
Sean turned a bunch of shit off on my computer that tries to stop you from doing things, and
Hey,
they know
Ron,
how to go in and do that.
what time is your shift start?
Oh, not till tomorrow morning.
Good.
Okay, so you got tonight, because it's only what, 4:20 in the afternoon there now, right?
Somebody
You
say
are correct.
420?
Yeah,
Mhm.
1620.
1620.
I'm just lollygagging. Maybe I should take you guys in the grocery store. You could people watch with me. I don't know.
Yeah, you can do a lost girl and
That's
take
weird.
us around the grocery store.
Just go
David, you should see when I.
Yeah,
Check
well,
out the
let's go
chicks.
let's go check out the customers.
Well, let's do that then. You talk me into it.
Nice.
Introduce you to the Dickinson Cashwise.
Cash
Name of the place.
wise, okay. Any interesting clerks there or no?
Well, we're about to find out.
Okay.
We will.
Lynn says she remembers when they had bag phones.
Oh, yeah.
You remember those?
Absolutely.
Yeah, do you reckon these police officers that left a woman handcuffed in the back of a car on a railway line are going to be in serious shit?
I didn't hear about that.
It's in America. They pulled her
Hear about
over.
that, Chuck? The police handcuffed a woman, left her in the back of the patrol car on the railroad tracks, and it got hit.
Oh, geez.
No.
Yeah, I'll tell you where it was. It's made our news anyway.
Holy crap.
They're covering it up over here because I haven't heard.
Well, the thing
Wow.
is, there's so much news these days that you don't hear half of what's actually going on unless you're just sitting and literally.
What you
sticking
do? What you do here is like instantaneous, though. It's crazy.
There you go. There's even a video of it. Shocking video shows train ram into cop car with handcuffed woman inside
Christ.
in Plattsville, Colorado.
Plattersville,
Colorado. Apparently,
Where's that from?
they chased her down the road, and apparently she threw a gun out the window. And when the police stopped, she stopped on the other side of the railway line, safely off the tracks. But the police officer didn't. He part on, part off.
Genius.
He's handcuffed her. He's put her in the car. Then you can hear the train coming, and suddenly she's screaming, and the coppers are going, "Get out of the way! Get out of the way!" And he just left her. That was it. Bang.
Wait, David, I'm reading on the Z Flip 4 phone. I'm changing. Oh, we'll come back after the cop thing. We'll come back.
Yeah. So they left. She's all right. She's got broken ribs,
She's
damaged
lucky.
spine and stuff.
Yeah, she's lucky.
She's definitely got life-changing injuries, but they reckon she'll survive.
Oh, she shouldn't have to worry about any speeding tickets ever again. She should be like, have amnesty from about anything.
Yeah.
I was just reading about the Z Flip, David. It says they say it's good for 200,000 folds before failing, which translates to 100 sessions each day, which ought to be good enough for me and Laura.
Don't count on it.
I'm
going off UK
That's what
reviews.
insurance is for.
Well, the thing is too is you subconsciously will open and close that phone more than you think you will.
Yeah, even if you're just checking the time.
Yeah. Well, you don't have to
open
when
it
there's
to
it.
check the time. You just
'Cause
you
it's on
look
the-
at
it's got a
It's
screen.
got a window on it.
It's got a little
there's
screen on it.
Screen. You don't have to open it as much
But
unless you're going to
The
go
only
full
thing
on.
I do like about it is you can actually take the back off pretty easily, and if you scrape the plastic
screen.
off the glass, yeah, you can put your own design on it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Who
I don't
else
know. I
is
might
that
try
she
it. Just
broke-
get the insurance. It couldn't be any worse than the Pixel 6 Pro that I've only had 9 months and I hate it.
Russell said she broke the law. No sympathy for me.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
suspected of breaking the law.
Correct. Who's Who told the story? Johnny Law or somebody else?
Yeah, it doesn't say any witnesses, does it, David?
Sorry.
Other than, I would imagine, the
My,
engineer.
My love for law enforcement was basically dissolved last year. Any bit
Oh,
that
looky, what's in the box there?
will survive in jail. There's a lot of hard asses in here. Look at this stuff. Got a rough chat going on.
Here you go. This is the story. And
Play the video.
this is the video.
Got any sound with it?
I want that push bar. Really, I want that push bar.
Hold on. All right, everybody mute
Yeah.
themselves.
I'm just going to move it on because obviously you don't want to.
Oh, that's where they got their guns drawn, telling them to get out of the car, right?
Yeah. You can see she's well off the tracks.
Hello, how are you?
Move on a bit.
So is that car on the tracks? Oh, yeah, there's the
You can leave it on.
crossing.
Come on back. Come on back.
Holy crap, it's right on the
Come
tracks.
on back. Come on back.
Yeah.
Down to my voice.
Come on back, come to my voice.
Come on back. Come on back.
Look at the tracks. Oh, my God.
Come on one knee and then the other.
I got close. Good. Keep your hands above your head.
Don't move.
Oh my God.
Probably not. We'll explain everything in a second. Anyone else in the text, or can I please get my cell phone? We'll get it for
Don't worry
you.
about yourself.
Where are you taking me? We're taking you to the car.
Look at right on the track.
You guys gonna poke me, stick me, hurt me? No.
And they put her in the back seat, which is in the middle of the tracks.
Jesus.
Yeah. They can't find a gun. They find a holder, but they can't find a gun.
Yeah, you drop that. I'll hold it. Put it across. Clear.
So where's the train?
All they have to do is bring a dog out there. They can find it. Dogs are trained to find those.
Pull over. I got a holster right here in the passenger seat. Okay. It took her a very long time to pull over. It took her a very long time to pull over.
It's got a baby seat in the back.
I should could have, because it took her a long time to pull over. I gotta put my right for a little.
Get ready for the train.
No
There you
way.
go. She was driving slow enough.
Yeah.
She could have tossed something back. I bet
Toss it out the window?
she could have out that window back. Is that hard?
I hear the horn. Hear the horn.
Oh my God.
Move your car. Stay back.
Jesus H. Christ.
That family's gonna get some money.
Holy crap.
The suspect was in the vehicle that was hit by the train.
Oh, the brain
Yeah,
trust
you two,
there.
you two jackasses better be like, you know, security in the mall next week.
Look how far it's took the car down.
Well, yeah, it takes like forever to stop
Oh,
the
it
train.
takes miles to stop the car.
Yeah,
stop
all
the
that
train.
moving, all that inertia, and they're on steel. Yeah, man.
Oh, there's where the car flipped off. The train's still down the tracks.
What's this?
Nice job, guys.
There may still be a
Nice.
firearm in the vehicle. I don't know if you guys have been through it yet. You got it? I got a holster here. Yeah, we weren't sure if she threw it or if it's still hidden in the vehicle somewhere. It took her a long time to pull over, and Platteville said he did not see anything.
And I'm making my story up quick before I get into serious shit.
Zero respect for these
That
jackasses.
dash cam really caught it, didn't it?
Yeah. You guys will be lucky if you have mall cop jobs next week. Unbelievable.
Yeah, Lynn, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
You hear that? No, I didn't hear that.
Liability, there you go. Call the big lawyers.
Oh,
It's
that
all,
family.
it's all
Did she-
recorded. They got
did she
nothing.
live, or
Look,
did
you
she
locked her up in a
survive?
car on railroad tracks, left her for dead, going through her vehicle. She is a
Yeah.
kid.
And all
probably.
they found were a gun holster, not a gun.
No, but
Just the
uh,
holster.
did she end up
Yeah.
living or what?
Yeah, she survived, but she's got a broken spine, damaged
Critical.
spine, broken ribs, a lot of head injuries.
Probably had no seatbelt on. She's
She's
cruising in the
gonna
back
get-
of the car.
Well,
And
can you imagine? Bad enough she was in the patrol car. Her hands were handcuffed behind her.
behind her back. So
See,
she's like
actually-
head on in the windshield and everything, the side glass and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
Yep.
That's incredible.
Yep. Whoa.
I'm glad
That's
she's
heavy.
okay, though. Well, okay-ish.
Okay.
Well, she's probably going to be
Yeah.
damaged for life. So
Well, you're talking about a multi-million-dollar payout.
$multi-million. Yep.
Yep. Maybe she'll be their boss next.
Because not only will they sue the police department, but they'll end up suing the city or county, whatever. the-
State, city,
Or-
county,
Everybody.
just sue
Yeah.
everybody.
Yeah, because in most cases, at least in most states, there's a charter that covers all police officers within the state because they're chartered by the state to have a police department, and those officers are signed up by the state. And it's going to be.
And they'll end up dropping whatever charges they charge her with too. I guarantee you.
Didn't
what.
charge you with anything.
Well,
Or to
that's
store it.
because. Well, if they didn't charge her, that's the reason was because she got hit by the train.
No,
If that-
They
Basic-
never found a gun.
never
Yeah,
found
but
the gun. All they
Did she
found were a
run from-
holster.
Did she run from the cops?
It took, apparently, in the video, it just says it took her a while to stop. Doesn't say how long.
I'm saying if she evaded at all, still you can still get evading charges even if you don't stop. Doesn't matter if you actually did anything wrong. I'm not saying they were in the right, but I'm saying if that wouldn't have happened, she probably would have got like some kind of evading charge or something
Yeah, but
running. But
the point is, you don't know what the rest of that road's like. Whether she thought it's safer to park on the other side of the railway lines.
well, that's why you got to watch
At least she parked past the tracks.
That's why you got to see the dash cam footage from the cars.
Unless Chuck, she knew that train was coming and she stopped so that the police.
No,
car-
because she
That's
started-
genius. That,
yeah, but
that could have
she
been
actually
genius if that
stopped
went gone
quite a
wrong.
fair distance away. There's definitely 2 car lengths.
Yeah.
That's
so the
true.
police
There's a,
could have-
there's a good distance between the back of her truck and the front of the police car,
Yeah.
the cruiser.
Yeah, and Dre's right about that. Hands behind the back
Drone
is standard
shots.
procedure. There's nothing.
Oh,
comes
yeah,
good.
it's normal procedure, but I mean, just think about it though. I mean, you talk about be under total surrender when you're hit by a train doing 70 miles an hour,
That's bad. Holy crap. That's the wildest thing I've seen in a while.
I can't believe it's not major news all the way you guys are.
No.
Like I said, there's so much shit on the news right now.
What's
There's so much crap going on here.
in that clip you did it give a time and a date at the top? Sometimes they got a time and a date on it.
Yeah, I think it did.
Well, some news, there's so much news thrown at you these days that in all reality, that's a small news story compared to a lot of the,
Around over there.
you know what I'm saying? People around the state probably heard about it.
16th for the 9th, 2022.
9/16/2022. Okay, so the 16th, that would have been
Last week.
10 days ago. Yeah.
Yeah, because it usually takes a week or so before you can request the body cam footage or they release anything. Somebody probably requested that and posted it.
That's
You got a lot. You got a lot of these cop channels on YouTube that like do cop videos and stuff, and they do a lot of them. The big channels, they actually go in and request body cam footage from departments for videos and stuff that they're working on.
Yeah, it was a Nine News investigative journalist that requested the body cam.
And then that's another good point that Dre made too. You know, in certain situations, cops can get into a tunnel vision type state where they're only focused on one thing, and it can cause you to miss other things. I mean, that's natural with anybody, no matter what you're
Yeah,
doing.
there's
You know?
getting focused, but
Because you could be running up on a car wreck to help somebody and not be paying attention, get hit by a car yourself.
yeah, but the thing is, there's not being focused and there's being stupid. Yeah. On what level do you stop on a railway line in any situation? Because it could have been him in the car, getting out the car, holding the gun at that woman, going, "Get out the car," and then the train hits him. He would have been outside the car.
Well, like I said, it's hard to say unless you're in that situation, though, because you don't. I mean, like I said, I'm not saying they weren't wrong or by any means, but when you're in kind of a pumped up situation like that,
I don't get why your crossings don't have like barriers and lights.
90% of them do. Some of them just don't. I mean, in some rural areas, they don't. Some of them might not.
Over here, they have to.
But most of them do. I mean, they'll even have a little one that comes down for sidewalks that go across railroad tracks. They'll even have a little gate that comes down to tell you don't walk. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been in, like around here, we have one big railway or railroad crossing, and there's two sidewalks on both sides that go across. And there's actually a little gate that comes down in front of those as well.
Well, where me and Laura are living now, there's a crossing just where it's now a bridge, but the actual crossing itself, when it got just before it got closed, a woman had got her high heel stuck in the track, yeah, and rather than just slipping her shoe off, yeah, she stood and had a fight with her foot and the shoe and got hit by a train. So. And that changed the laws over here. Every crossing has to be gated and lighted. And
yeah, like Lynn says, in rural Illinois, there's no gates, only a bell rings. Yeah, like I said, I've seen.
That didn't even have a bell, did it? There's no sign of a bell in the video.
I didn't hear.
Okay,
it.
well here's a little piece of information. Approximately 128,000 public railroad crossings in the United States. Only about a third have gates and flashing lights.
Only a third. Wow. And I tell you what, your bloody trains are a lot bigger than ours.
So I better turn off my video.
Oh, they're fucking tanks on tracks. That's for them.
I've seen videos of your trains. There's like 170 carriages just and a double height just going along.
They go for miles.
Yeah, some of them will be over a mile long. They're massive.
Yep.
And they'll have
over here the max are allowed is 40 carriages on
no, not here.
On freight, and I think it's 16 on passenger.
In the town I'm on, David, there is a tunnel that goes to Canada for trains.
Yeah.
They'll come smoking across there, maybe a mile or 2 miles long, go underneath that tunnel and right back up into Canada.
Well, you got to think the U.S. is moving a whole lot more products and just general everything. I mean, it's a bigger country, obviously, but that's the thing, though, too, is like the trains will be so long that they'll actually have a couple of train locomotives at the end of it to control the speed of it and for extra braking because they're so long.
Engines in the front, engines in the back.
Right.
Hey,
they don't
Ron,
have it.
Hey, Ron,
that's the standard over here.
Did you see the video that David shared?
No, I was trying to see it, but then I lost connection inside the store.
Okay.
I'd like to see that, though.
I will post it in the chat. Because to be honest, I really don't want to be watching it again.
Well, maybe you could just show him the part where the train hits the car.
That's the part David doesn't want to see. No, but to me, when I looked at it, I could be wrong, but it did look like a freight train, not passenger.
Mm. Sounded nasty.
Okay.
Oh,
Not
Ron,
hit me yet. Can you see it?
Ron, you missed this. Apparently
She's driving slow enough?
these cops put a girl in the back of their
They
police
put her in the
cruiser.
back of their patrol car while they search her car.
Is that hard?
It was parked
No,
on the
that's
tracks.
And you can hear the train coming, Ron. See it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Get car! Stay back!
Stay back, stay back. Here's the dash cam. He's in the back of that car handcuffed.
Oh, that was a freight train. That wasn't a passenger. That was a freight train, definitely. 100%.
Did you
Yeah, it
see
looks
it,
like a
Ron?
coal freight train.
Those things are fucking tanks, man. There is nothing that will stop those things on the track. They will take an 18-wheeler out like it ain't nobody's business.
That's what's left of the car.
What's this? There may still be a firearm in the vehicle. I don't know if you guys have been through it yet. You got it?
I got a holster here.
Yeah, we weren't sure if she threw it or if it's still hidden in the vehicle somewhere. It took her a long time to pull
Crazy.
over. And Platteville said,
Did you see it, Ron?
Yeah. Oh my God.
Can you imagine having a female suspect in the back of your vehicle, handcuffed behind her back, and that train hitting her? She was sitting in the back seat, and that train hit the back seat of the car, broadside.
Someone might be correct in saying that those cops don't have a job anymore.
That plus, can you imagine the millions of dollar lawsuit?
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Because David said, according to the article, she sustained broken ribs, injured back.
She
and-
lived?
Yeah.
Yeah, she lived. What does it say? She's.
JD
You
says
said that was in the States, David?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like the bit in the article. It says she's definitely upset about what happened. She doesn't understand why she was left in the car. Slightly upset.
It was in Colorado, Ron.
Yeah, go figure.
And
Colorado or California.
All right.
Okay.
I'm going to jump off, guys.
Okay, Justin, thanks for being here, buddy.
All right, I'll see you guys later.
Okay.
catch you later.
Yeah, that's not a highlight of the evening, but I'm kind of spellbound by that.
Wow. I mean, leave the patrol car on the tracks,
Yeah,
and then
Genius,
if you're
right?
a train and you don't do anything about it.
yep.
Once she was handcuffed, okay, you know, if you're going to play devil's advocate, they've stopped her. You know, they've got her handcuffed. You moved the bloody car.
I hate
Well,
trains too, JD.
I agree with you, Ron. He's not.
Yeah.
Those guys aren't going to have jobs very long.
An attorney
There'll be more
for
cops.
yeah, an attorney for Rosario Gonzalez said the woman suffered multiple broken ribs, a broken arm, fractured sternum, and a number of head injuries, but added that she's expected to survive.
Expected to survive. Okay.
So, in other words, she's not out of the danger yet.
Hmm. Yeah, that's going to be a big lawsuit, and easy to win.
Oh yeah, because all the dash cams and the body cams.
Yeah.
The body cams showed her. They had her back up to them, get on her knees, and put her hands behind her back and handcuffing her, and then dragging her over to the car, and put her in the back.
At that point, you move the car
Yeah.
off the tracks. I mean, there's enough officers there to one of them to pick it up.
Incredible. Just incredible.
Stupid enough to park on the railroad tracks to boot.
Yep. Oh, exactly.
Wow.
Not a lot of brain power there.
No.
That would almost be a case of Barney Fifeism.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. I just
Wow.
broke down and had a big chocolate donut. That was good.
There you go.
Ooh.
Lynn said it's on boxcarolina.com and also the videos on YouTube too. If anybody else is just wanting to watch it again, I'm not.
Platteville, Colorado, Ron.
I have to look that up. See, like, kind of small on the screen,
Platteville.
but it's on my phone. Wow. Yeah, that's some real dumbassness. If that's a correct term.
That train was smoking.
They say it can take a good mile for those things to get stopped.
And you know what? I didn't hear any squealing or anything, like he didn't hit the brakes. He just boomed.
It's just off Denver, isn't it?
Yep. Down by Denver.
It's a few states away from you guys, so
Yeah, it's only one state south of me.
Yeah.
It's a matter of hours.
Unbelievable.
Well, two states.
And it happened on the 16th. 16th of this month.
Oh, it was like a week or so ago.
About 9 days ago. Yep.
Yeah.
yeah, because the police didn't want to release the footage.
I wonder why.
Ah,
I wonder why.
Hmm.
would you believe it? None of us had a dash cam or body cams on.
Oh, why didn't I have a dash cam last year? I still hate
Yeah.
myself for that.
when Chuck was rolling around in the street.
That would have been awesome video.
I didn't
That would
hear
have been the
this
best
one.
video ever.
Oh, Ron didn't hear about your accident.
Oh, it's old news. It's a year ago, but yeah, I got T-boned and flipped over my truck on my roof.
Oh, I do remember you hearing about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't have a shred of video because stupid me didn't have a dash camera.
Yeah.
Even if the 1X2 had been stuck on the dash, that would have been gold.
Hey, Chuck, what do you think of that X3? Like I said, I kind of killed my
Killed your
X2.
1X2?
And I feel guilty, but I'm just going to tell them, hey, it leaked. Which is
Well, they
honest.
do. They do leak. I've read plenty of horror stories that scared me from even trying to dunk it in water because it's supposed to be able to take it for like 12 meters or something.
Yeah.
But that door seems really suspect on the X2. Is that what
But-
got you?
Anyhow, I wondered if I sent it in and say, hey, take it, keep it, but give me a price difference on the X3.
That's going.
You think they would give us?
Is the X3 more waterproof?
I think it is. The doors are.
The design looks better. The design looks better.
Okay.
The door
I
looks.
like that big screen.
Google,
on
turn
that
on
X3.
the page.
Screen is nice. If you hadn't killed your X2, like I still have my X2.
Hey, Google,
I
turn
don't-
off all lights.
What?
Chuck, I will. If that happens, I'll send you my. I
Now
have a
wait.
battery. I have a battery I can send you.
Oh,
Extra
funny,
battery?
I think actually, yeah, that's nice. Yeah, I'm actually, I bought the 1-inch edition. I'm gonna sell it because I took it to Alaska with me and used it. And it's just too heavy. It's not waterproof. And the X2 just works better for an action camera. The X2 just works better. I imagine the X3 will be even a little bit better than the X2.
But
What I'm saying is
you're
I made a
gonna
bad decision. I made a bad
You're gonna
decision
keep-
on the one.
are you going to keep the X2 though? Well, that's the
Yeah, I'm gonna
battery
get-
I have.
That's the battery he has.
Yeah, I know. Thank you. That'd be awesome. But I'm saying I need to get rid of the 1-inch edition. I'm going to sell it. It's like
He's gonna sell the X2.
that thing
You
was
don't like that?
expensive.
You don't like that
No,
one,
it-
that 1-inch?
No, if you want it, we could work a deal, but I don't think you're going to like it because it's not waterproof. You want waterproof.
Oh,
It's
absolutely.
heavy. It's heavy. So like I had it on a selfie stick, hanging off a selfie stick over a dog sled on a glacier, and I had some good footage, but I can't use it all because the thing's going.
Really?
Not stabilized, right?
It's stabilized. It's just the thing is the 1-inch sensor doesn't matter unless you have low light. It's not better video. The 1X2 and the 1X3 have video that's just as good as this 1-inch sensor in normal lighting, which is usually when you use an action camera.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I don't use it at night.
no,
Usually.
and like so, I got all hung up on that 1-inch sensor, got all excited and bought the thing, and it was spendy. But I'm gonna sell it with all the goodies and probably lose my shirt, but at least somebody will use it. If I don't get rid of it now, it's just gonna sit around with an inch of dust on it, an inch of dust on the 1-inch sensor.
Yeah.
Gotta get rid of it.
Hmm.
Anybody
You still coming
interested?
over to the
it's a
UK,
great
Chuck?
camera. What?
You still coming over to the UK?
Eventually. It's the plan. We'll be running around like chickens with our heads cut off, though. Pretty sure.
Well,
We were
it's good job you
stupid.
didn't
We only
come- Yeah, good job you didn't come
What's
last
that?
week
have. What happened last week?
when the Queen passed away.
Oh, everything would have been shut down. Yeah.
No,
Well,
everything. Everything was open. It was just people everywhere.
No fly
Sad.
zone, no, the whole country.
Yeah.
well, we're actually gonna be we'll be in Windsor at some point. So we'll be where
Well,
the
you'd be
Queen
able to go and
was.
see the place she was laid to rest.
Yeah, and that'll be kind of cool. I mean, sad but cool. No, we'll see. Trying to sort out all the details of the stuff we want to do, and I need to up my registration on my drones. I have to redo that because my CAA. I'm good for 3. I'm on my last year, but I need to pay my £9 to renew the. How's it work, David? There's 2 parts to it, right? There's like the operator and then the
I'm not sure. You have to ask Laura about that.
Yeah, I can't keep it straight. I mean, I just do it, but I should
Laura,
pay
you
more
awake?
attention.
Are you awake?
Well,
She
she
is
is
now.
now.
She's probably like, I am now, you jerk.
Yeah, jackass, I'm awake now.
Yeah, it's just
We're all
before
in agreement.
midnight over there.
Nah, she was awake.
Well, by the way, Chuck wanted me to wake you up, and yes, yeah. Yeah, but
Yeah,
the
right.
blame.
Yeah, put the blame on Chuck. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Chuck's fault. It's always my fault. It's really okay. If I can't blame the tech, it's going to be my own fault. That's really how it goes.
Right.
Yeah. At least we all have that set straight. We know where I stand. Yeah. But yeah, I think I think you'll like the 1X3. That big screen looks great, much easier to use. And then the door actually latches on the side.
Yeah.
And I think you have HDR video. I think the HDR is better on the 1X3 than it was on the 1X2.
I think so. Yeah. That's what they're.
The battery's bigger. I just don't see it though. If you hadn't destroyed your 1X2, I couldn't, like, if you have a good 1X2, I can't see upping to the 1X3, honestly, unless you destroyed it. I can't see it.
I wouldn't, but right now it's unusable to me.
And why does it only have all these Insta360 cameras? Insta360 cameras only have 16-bit audio. What's up with that?
I know. Hold
It's
on.
garbage. I couldn't figure out why my really expensive microphone sounded like I was underwater when I plugged into it. Anyway, if you guys didn't know that, that's another disadvantage of 360 cameras in general, at least Instas.
Oh, really?
And you have to use their app to edit, which some people really enjoy. I personally loathe it.
Used card,
Yeah.
did you?
No,
Oh,
how cool is that though?
bit of neatening up would be cool.
First try.
Yeah. Chuck wants to ask you a question. Told me to wake you up, he did.
No, just I'm actually watching the screen.
You can't,
Watch the
you can't
replay,
fool
Laura.
Laura.
Oh, this is like the yeah, at least this is like that police cam, or at least she witnessed it. But yeah, I have to pay my I think I still have to pay £9 British, but I can't remember which of the parts I'm actually renewing. It's like the operator, isn't it? It's not the or is it the
He's got to
drone?
pay something for his drone. What is it? And how much is it?
It's like
actually
£9 British.
It's actually now £10.
Oh, of course it went up. Of course, yeah,
Hey, we found a new way of getting money out of you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Lynn put a link in there to USA Today that covers that train wreck.
Oh, okay, she found it.
And she said that they're covering their asses. She says that's par.
So anyway, I think we'll bring, if we can fit them in our bag, we'll bring over to the UK. We'll bring Mini 3 Pro, because that's the easiest thing to fly most of the time. But how can I not bring Mavic 3 with me? And Lori will probably bring the Avata. So
Anything that's good in wind.
well, the Mavic 3 is my best drone in wind.
Yeah, they reckon that this year is going to be the windiest year on record.
Windy, huh?
And if you want to bring an extra drone with you, just leave with me. That's
Oh,
fine.
yeah, bring one you can leave behind.
Yeah. Mavic 2 Pro. I've got
Yeah, he's thought
a
about
spare
it.
Mavic 2 Pro.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
She's as bad as TJ. Can I have that?
Yeah.
Well, one of my Mavic 2 Pros is essentially 90% sold. The guy's going to pick it up on Tuesday, but
Oh,
until
there
it's
you
gone,
go.
it's not. Until he picks it up, it's not gone. And then the other Mavic 2 Pro with a couple of batteries and stuff, that I think that's gonna be harder to sell because Lori's using the smart controller with her
Oh, yeah.
Mini 2. She took
Yeah.
over the Mini 2. So that's gonna be that'll be a drone only deal. That'll be harder to sell. Well, maybe not. Maybe a guy who wrecked his Mavic 2 wants another Mavic 2.
Yeah.
Let's pick up my drone with a couple of batteries and so yeah, the Mavic 2 stuff's got to go. And then
Well, you've
I think
outgrown
that's
it.
it.
You've outgrown it.
Oh, wait. Need a bedroom door.
Oh, the Mavic 3 finally got the
wall.
Mavic 3 was
With a pair of scissors, but might just be there where the bathroom door is. Orange handle.
yeah, the Mavic 2 Pro. I have finally outgrown it because the Mavic 3 finally got so good that I don't miss it at all. For a while I was flying the Mavic 2 Pro, even though the Mavic 3 was on my shelf because it was just so annoying. That was frustrating. That's why I was so angry all the time, because I had that Mavic 3 sitting around not flying it. I'm using the Mavic 2 Pro still. I'm like, why did I do this to myself? I spent all this money and I
Yeah, but
didn't
his
fly
feet
the
are
thing.
falling off.
It's not really that hot.
Days
It's not
are
been
behind
used for
me.
ages. You can turn it off now.
When are you putting out my pen thing?
Have you sent me the file?
I thought, what? You've got all the websites for the files.
So you expect me to find all your stuff?
Ron, was that a Mavic 2 Pro that you lost up on the mountain?
That would be one Mavic 2 Pro, yes.
You need one?
He's got the controller.
Well,
I don't know if you need a drone.
I have a controller.
No, I know, but do you want a Mavic 2 Pro to go with the controller? Because I have a Mavic 2 Pro.
So do I.
Oh, okay.
I replaced that.
Oh, you replaced it. Okay.
Want a spare?
one.
I had two. I actually had two for redundancy. I had two.
How much you want for it?
I don't know. What do you think it's worth?
Um,
I don't know. You make a fair offer, it's yours.
Hmm.
I honestly, I don't know what the street value is. It's just a Mavic 2 Pro.
How many
Like,
batteries?
I mean,
does it come with?
I have two batteries for it. Like, I mean, you're offering me up a battery. I don't care. You can have the batteries. You can have everything I have left from the, it's like, I just, I have the free well filters for it, the VNDs and stuff.
I forgot to tell you guys, my boss has always been, my guiding boss has always been very, not having drones around, during, because they are illegal to use for any kind of hunting. But one of the guys mentioned he thought he had heard that they can be used for retrieval. In other words, an animal takes off and to help search and find it.
Find it, yeah.
Yeah.
So he's actually going to go check with the game warden to see if that's true.
Well, if it is, and if he needs a Mavic 2 Pro, you have the controller, I have the drone. We can put a package together, like the two of us, and put the stuff into service and get it off our shelf. Cause like, it's just sitting there.
I'll tell you
And
what,
it's a good drone. It's not a bad
Yeah, I
drone.
like it.
that,
the stuff I got in Alaska, Chuck, was with the
what's
Mavic 2.
on it cuts straight
It
through.
was phenomenal. I'm very pleased with it.
I bet. I didn't fly mine enough in Alaska. The things we were doing, most of the things we did, I couldn't fly a drone.
I got to get my butt in gear when I get home on. I may just work on a Wednesday night and Thursday. I want to finish that video. Oh,
Yeah, we've got a lot to edit, but like I said, most of our stuff was boots on the ground, and like we were in either a national park or someplace where you just couldn't fly.
where were
And-
you? Where you did the airplane ride and you would land along the river where all those coastal brown bears were?
That was Katmai.
Ah, okay.
And that was a no-no for the drone. Well, there was no way I was going to turn my back on bears anyway, even if they let me to fly a flipping drone. Like, yeah, no. But that was, yeah. I haven't edited that yet. I haven't touched that footage except I drooled it. I've looked at it and drooled and went, yeah, I
That's
think I
probably a
can do
better
something.
black.
Like
That's
that.
fine.
So I know the next time.
That was pretty cool.
It's
That's-
I'll tell you what, Chuck, you get a good camera,
So
it's like,
Paul, what?
I'm really stuck on that Sony I have, but I tell you what makes such a huge contribution to that camera is the tripod with the fluid head.
When we were in the Alaskan bush, didn't have a tripod. Hate myself because I had Lori's A6600 with a 350 millimeter zoom on it. And you can't, and I was using a stick, like a monopod, and that's not enough for that lens. You just can't get stable stuff. So, and I had these two dudes on the expedition with us that constantly had to be in front of me. And the one guy had a freaking $10,000 lens, and I was like, I got at one point after like 3 hours, I'm like, Jesus Christ, that thing's in my shot every time. And like, you've been on this thing like 6 times, and this is my first time, and you're in every single shot, you're in my frame. What are you doing? I just freaking snapped. And then he wouldn't talk to me anymore.
I don't know why.
It's like, I realize it's important, but get that fucking thing out of my shot.
Yeah.
Every time it's like,
I was with a lady once.
It was a nice lens.
What was that? There was a photo shoot I was on once with something really important, and this lady, kind of same thing. She felt because she was in this, she was hired to be there and everything, and she got in every one of my shots. So then there was this, what the hell was that?
So annoying.
There was this prestigious person, and then she, and I had asked her a couple times, she blew me off. And then she asked me, she's like, well, would you mind taking my camera and getting a picture with me and whoever this person was? I'm like, oh, sure, I'll do that. And I focused like on the tree behind her.
Yeah.
There you
I
go.
had my moment. I had my moment of karma too, when we were fording across the stream and it was up to like almost our knees. So, you know, like fast running water and hip waders, it's pretty hard to cross. And we had never done it before. That was pretty challenging, but the wind was pretty strong. And the guy's lens cap got out from him in it. He was up by the guide where I wanted to be so that we could hear his voice on video because we are video people. And his camera lens cover pops off and it starts floating downstream. And Lori starts to bend over to pick us, like, let it go. Don't fall over for him. Fuck the lens cover. That's what I said. And she didn't move, and we watched it go downstream, and he just looked back at it like, oh. It's like, yeah, fuck you. It was great. But I'm sorry, but I mean, what if Lori fell in over that shit, you know?
Right. Yeah.
A lens cap for a guy who's a douche anyway. No. Anyway, that was like
Yeah, I hear you.
yeah.
Oh, my
Maybe he
God.
scratched his $10,000 lens. That'd be kind of funny.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was rough though.
Oh,
That was the most crazy thing we did though. The other stuff was fun, but that was the craziest.
Dave,
Sure.
David's, it's midnight where David is. I think we're gonna call it a day here.
Yeah, all right.
Okay.
Okay, everybody. Hey, thanks for being here. We'll see all of you again next time.
Okie dokie.
Bye
Peace
for
out.
now.